What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Uh, I apologize for my tardiness. I think the time got away from me because we had to go a different way coming home. I say we, cause my sweet is still hanging out with me. You feel me? That's why I got a smile on my face. Hey man, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody that's tuning in for the first time. Or anybody on the replay who don't know who I am. My name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day. 9 a.m. East Standard Time, typically 6:30 p.m. East Standard Time, but during football season, we're gonna be doing it at 7:30 p.m. East Standard Time, and we just talk about the price action. We look at the price action for the ES, the NQ sometime, the Dow sometime, but we typically focus on the ES because I love to trade the SPY. The reason why I started doing Tim's Tidbits was just to share everything in this Chrome Dome that I know about trading and investing and share it for the free 99. And then I just continue to do it because I've never seen anyone just come out here day by day. It do be day traders. I ain't gonna say that, but it's rare, few and far in between when people just get on the internet and share and show what a full-time trader would do in any situation and just share it all for the free 99. My goal is to just help as many cousins as I can and share as much knowledge that I got for the free 99. If that sounds like something you like, please hit the like button. It's on one of these sides of the screen, somewhere around there. Hit the like button and share it with a cousin. Share it with one cousin you like and one cousin you don't like, so we can come together and build a new Wakanda. Good morning. Oh, shout out to our sponsors, man. Shout out to our sponsors, the new TLR.com. Go to the new TLR.com, the apparel and accessory shop for traders and investors, and get you some merch. Don't worry if the market go up. Don't worry if the market go down, because we not bulls, we not bears, we are beasts over here in the Spider Gang. I'm not a bull or a bear. I'm a beast. You feel me? We don't care if it go up. We don't care if it go down. We are beasts. Shout out our second sponsor, Banjo. New music by Il Jodam. Banjo now streaming on all streaming platforms. Banjo by Il Jodam. Y'all support our sponsors. Full disclosure, the new TLR.com is myself, and Banjo is an album made by my son. Thank y'all. Please support our sponsors. But the real thing I ask you to do is hit the like button. Please hit the like button for me. Who in the chat? Who we got? Michelle Tucker. What's going on, Michelle Tucker? Good morning. Good morning. Here to learn to share. Good morning, Miguel. What's up? Hello, Tasha. And tell my homeboy Snoop. Yes, sir. Oh, that's me. Bandu. Bandu. That's my first time seeing it. If you've been here before, I jalapies. But if this is your first time, welcome. You got to been here before because you on there. I think I got it set for subscribers only for at least 10 minutes. I don't know. Welcome. What's going on, Dominique? Gabriel. Hello, Brittany. How's the tea and crumpets, I say? What's up, Kelvo? What's going on, Edwin? What's up, Kashaya? What's going on? Bob's your uncle. What's going on, Hines? What's happening to everybody? What's up, Trey? Trey and his silly Billy sons. Trey and his boys remind me of me and my sons. Can't get no respect in your own household. Shout out to homeboy Trey. Y'all need to tap in to Trey and his son. I don't know if they be on TikTok or IG. I be seeing it on IG. What's going on? That's my first time seeing that name. Ray, if you've been here before, I jalapies. Good morning, Ray. Welcome. What's going on, Jeffrey? What's going on? It moved on me. What's going on, Pamela? What's going on, Sonia? What's up, Sonia? Angela Valdez in the building. What's going on, Valdez? How you doing? What's going on, Otis? The Russells in there, friend on the end down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you and your friend on the end down there. What's going on? The Russells in the building. Hey, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I woke up this morning I woke up like this. I woke up this morning and why? Oh, get out the way, Banjo. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I woke up this morning and my heart broke just a little bit. This is why my heart broke a little bit, because the market is doing exactly what I wanted it to do, and I'm not in. And I'm not in. If y'all remember yesterday, right? If y'all remember yesterday when we talked about coming down to this area right here, that was in accordance to the Sunday gap down right there. That's the Sunday gap down right there. See how the market came exactly to it, to the point, and went up. When we talked about it yesterday, I said this price action is ugly. I needed to come down and fill this 60-minute fair value gap, get back down to this Sunday gap down, because we got the wax on, wax off for the Sunday gap down, get back down to this gap down, use it as support off of this fair value gap, and push up. The market did exactly that. I did not get a chance to participate in that. Shout out to the cousins that said, I got that trade. Kudos to you. I'm happy for you, cuzzo, right? So then, once we got up here and we ran that liquidity, I said I wanted to get up to our weekly goal and start looking for a short setup, right? It didn't give me my short setup until like almost 4 o'clock, 3:50. Y'all know my rules. I say I don't like putting on trades after 3 o'clock, right? So me and Calandra was going to get Chris anyway when it got back and gave me my setup. It gave me my setup right here to go short. Go back and check the tape yesterday. I said I was trying to get in an MES trade and I was going to swing it till it didn't let me swing it no more. As you see, if I would have got in this trade yesterday, I would be down here somewhere still in the trade. I'm gonna cry. I'm crying. The market is doing exactly what we talked about, Spider Gang. Is acting out exactly what we said. And I'm not in. Kudos, clap it up for anybody that's in it. Anybody that got a chance to get this run up yesterday. Anybody that got a chance to get in this short or put on some puts yesterday. Kudos to you. I did not get a chance to get in, and it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. Let's get to the overnight price action because I'm crying too much. All right, when we closed yesterday, we just consolidated. We consolidated until what time is this? Midnight. We consolidated until midnight, right? And then boom, we came up and we made equal highs right there, right? We made equal highs right there, right? And then the market just went down, baby. Yo, street in the Range Rover, boom, boom. It just came down. It just came down. And wasn't nothing I could do about it. We came back down and we pushed through this breaker right here. It was this hourly breaker that was over there. The same breaker we came back to and bounced back up off of to get the short, right? We came up, right? We came back down, bounced off the breaker, came up to get, that was the play for the short. You know what I'm saying? There's you run up, bounce off the breaker, come down, and then consolidate. Now we selling off, right? Now, looking at this right here, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you at all. I told my sweetie I wanted to try to trade today, but this price action is so junky. It's so junky. And the reason why I say it's junky, right? Because look at what we got going on here, right? Now, we done bust through this breaker. So the way that it should play out, right, is we should come back to this breaker and sell down. Right? That's the way it should play out. But look how junky it is. We got a fair value gap below the breaker. We got a fair value gap above the breaker. We got another fair value gap above that fair value gap. We got another fair value gap above that fair value gap. It's very junky. Where are we going? Are we coming to the breaker and selling off? Are we coming to the breaking structure at the top of the breaker where this fair value gap is and selling off? Are we coming all the way up to this fair value gap and selling off? Are we coming all the way up to this fair value gap and selling off? Are we going up and running this liquidity and selling off? It's too junky for me right now, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't know what the market gonna do right now. I don't know what it's gonna do, because the way it should play, if the price action was nice and clean and we didn't have all these gaps, I would be looking at this breaker right here, and taking it from this breaker down. It at the most up to this breaking structure inside the breaker right here. At the most, I'll be looking to go down from there. But with it being this junky like this, I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't know what it's gonna do. So with that being said, y'all see the 50 million fair value gaps in breakers. That's what all you got liquidity here at this fair value gap. This fair value gap is from 42.83.25 to 42.81.25. The breaker right there, you got another fair value gap from 42.93.75 to 42.96.25. You got another fair value gap from 42.98.75 to 43.04. You got another fair value gap from 43.06 to 43.09.50. And then the buy side liquidity that I marked out is at 43.15. A whole, and then yesterday's high at 43.27.50. Whole bunch of mess to the upside, right? The way the market's selling off, my thought of it, and since this is my thought, I'm gonna wait till it play out, and I'm probably gonna miss all of the move, is yesterday's low. And like from yesterday's low to this breaker would probably be the area of resistance, if you will. Just the way the market is, the way it sold off below this right here and started consolidating right here on this 15-minute. Let's go to the 60-minute to try to get a overall picture of what the higher time frame doing. Right. Based off how the market sold off and how we them, you know what I'm saying, we fighting through this order block. This was the order block yesterday that we had came down to and took off when we was talking about this order block over here. Came down to the order block and took off. So now that we done fought our way through this order block right here, right? I'm thinking, that's why I'm thinking this area right there at yesterday's low and that breaker would be the area of resistance. But I need to see how it play out. So I need for it to come up here, get rejected off, and then start looking for something to short, because it's so junky. I just can't trust it by just going back and jumping right in to a short soon as it get there, because there's a lot of junk up there, and my risk tolerance is not well above these this buy side liquidity from way down here. That's not my risk tolerance. All right, so I'm gonna just have to wait till it play out. Come up here around 42.78 up to the bottom of this breaker at 42.85 and see if it start reversing from there, or maybe even reversing from this fair value gap below the breaker. But it's junky. Let's see. And then you see all the downside. I ain't gonna waste my time naming all this downside. This downside been down here forever. All this sell side liquidity, we done had this down here forever. What you doing over there? Get in line. Get in line with everybody else. There you go. Yeah, y'all see the downside. Y'all see the downside. You see it. You see it. You see it. All right, now that we done looked at the overnight price action, let's go over here and check on Spalene, where you at, baby? Here I go. There you go, Spalene getting ready to gap down. Let's see. Will we get a gap and go, or we get a gap, retrace and go, or will we get a gap and fool you and blast off? Hopefully we get that gap and go to the downside so we can get down here and start taking care of this stuff right here so we can take back off. Because I was looking at somebody's video yesterday, and they were saying that we hadn't made it all the way over to greed for the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index. Fear and greed index. Fear and greed. Yep, we made it to greed. We have 57 on the, excuse me, we have 57 on the greed. We just poked into greed. So people are going to start to feel left behind. People are going to start to get really greedy and start just piling in for no reason. So come on, algos, bring us back down to here to our area that we're looking at. Let's test this breaking structure right across here. Let's test that weekly breaking structure and then pop back up to the upside. Let's look and see where the Q's fun to open up at. Oh, we didn't even look at no divergence. The Q's gapping down. Also, Let's look and see if there is any divergence this morning. No divergence to speak of. Everybody going down. The only thing I see is that the ES has run below yesterday's low. The NQ has run below yesterday's low, but the Dow has not gone below yesterday's low. So the Dow is showing more relative strength. Everybody's selling off, but the Dow is showing more relative strength. The ES and the NQ have run below yesterday's low. And the NQ real close to Monday's low out. What's that? 15? Yeah, the NQ real close to Monday's low also. Yeah, so the Dow showing the most relative strength, but we pushing down, baby. Yo Street in a Range Rover, and the Dow got some fair value gaps down there up under yesterday's low also. So come on down there, Dow. Come join the party. Come join the party. Come join the party. That's the overnight price action, man. That's all I got on the overnight price action. We see Spotline about to gap down. Spotline about to gap down. What's that? Almost $4, $3 and some change. Spotline about to gap down almost $4, $3 and some change. Let's hope we get us a gap and go so we can come down here and take care of this this daily gap up and this fair value gap. Get down there, take care of that daily gap up, and take back off to the upside. That'll be a nice pullback. Give us a nice little opportunity to get in. So coming from where we closed at, yeah, let's go from the high. From the high that we made yesterday to fill the fair value gap would be roughly 4.5%. Just say almost 4.5%. That'll be a nice pullback to get to go ahead and pop back up to the upside. That'd be real nice. Now, we still haven't closed above 335, so we still have not birthed a new bull market for the S&P. We did birth a new bull market for the Qs, but the S&P, we did not get a closure above that. What was it, 434 something? Just say 435 for close enough for government work. We still have not done that, but we did get to that 200-day moving average like we spoke about, and we starting to reverse off of it. Right, so it's playing out. This, in my opinion, is very healthy price action. Right, since we came up, we reclaimed the 50, and I told you the next target was the 200. I ain't saying I got a crystal ball, but that's just how the algos and the EMA traders work. The algos work like that. They know the targets that they need to hit. Right, so it reclaimed the 50, got to the 200. Now that it got to the 200, it almost went there in a straight line. So let's cool off a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Cool off a little bit and then go back and reclaim the 200 and then pop off. See what I'm saying? If we would have went above this 200, closed above it, came back and bounced off of it, that would have been really unhealthy for the market, because it just would have been a tear without ever really cooling off. This pulling back give the 50 and the 20-day time to kind of catch up. You know what I'm saying? The 20-day starting to try to catch up a little bit now, but it'll give it time to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Give it time to get back in sync. It's not overextended. The algos be like, okay, I'm not too far away from my 20 period. I'm still really far away from my 50 period, but at least I'm not far away from a 20 period. Let's come down, cool off, then we'll take off, then cool off, or even consolidate. Do anything, but don't just keep running. Right? This real healthy. We pull back, come up here, then reclaim the 200. I'm telling you, once we reclaim this 200, pop, goes my mind to the moon, Alice, to the moon. Once we take that 200 back, it to the moon. We gone. This bull market gonna take off. This bull market gonna take off. I really don't want us to really reclaim that 200 until middle of September, middle or toward the end of September. I ain't gonna hold you. We need to just cool off. Let's see what you look like on the weekly real quick before I go to the chat. We getting close to the weekly 50 period. Man, look at these weekly candles, man. We got a big old weekly fair value gap right here. We working on a weekly fair value gap here. We got it's real junky. We got a lot of junk to the downside. We got a lot of junk to the downside. Do the algos want to come back and get that? I don't know if they want to come get it or not. Don't really care. I'm just trading what I see. What's happening, man? What's happening in the chat? What y'all got in the chat? What y'all got in you were spot on. I appreciate that, Max. We were spot on. We saw this together. We talked this out together over the last, well, how long we been talking about this? About a week or so. We didn't talk this out together. I appreciate you though. Cold World, I missed it as well. Equal highs left for us to take out later. Yes, that is junky. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Where are we gonna go? We going up, we going down. We going up, we going down. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? I feel you. Well, go back. What I said? Well, go back, baby. Well, at least you can say you were right. I appreciate that, FC. FC, that's my first time seeing that. FC, if you've been here before, I jolly pies, but welcome. That's my first time ever seeing that. What's up? What's up, the Russells? Tim, you ever consider OCO for opportunities such as the overnight entry on fair value gaps? I've considered, but want your viewpoint. What is OCO? I don't know what OCO means. What is, y'all know I'm bad with all these initials now. Somebody help me out. What's OCO? We're gonna come back to that. Good morning. Good morning. 50% equilibrium is my interest for overnight sell-off. That'll be good. Let me put the chart back up here. Let me see what let me put the chart back up here. Where we at? Oh, 3 o'clock. Talking equilibrium from overnight. From the overnight high. That'll put us right in the middle of the breaker, right at the breaking structure. I'll take that 100. That's a good spot to be eyeballing. Equilibrium put us right at the breaking structure. You know what I'm saying? And then 62% retracement put us right at that first fair value gap on the top of the breaker. So I take that area. That's a nice area to be looking to short from. But like I say, I ain't going in until I see it. I need 42.92 and a clear setup to jump in and down. Yeah. That's what I was just saying. I need to see it because I ain't taking nothing based off the retracement. Do y'all typically trade FOMC days or do you wait till after 2? On real FOMC days, I usually wait until after 2. But like when it's just the FOMC minutes, I don't put a lot of weight on it because the minutes is just what we already know. You know what I'm saying? The minutes is what we already know. I don't put a lot of weight on the minutes. Now, mind you, it still can be a little jarring to the market sometime, but like right now, we already know that stuff. If I have a trade, I'm out well before FOMC. Yeah, I don't even try to, like on real FOMC stuff, I don't even try to trade. You know what I'm saying? But like when it's just the FOMC minutes, I'll be like, I don't put a lot of weight on that. It's like it's just the minutes. It's just they just putting out what they talked about, and they already told us what they talked about at the, you know what I'm saying, when they came out and did the press conference. I usually perpetrate the whole day of FOMC and only MES if I do trade it. Yeah. So it's still a market moving event, but it ain't one of them ones that I'd be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do nothing. It's just cause it's just the minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's just the minutes. And we'll see how the market play out this morning. Cause you see the market did like, now peep this right here. I'm gonna tell you what the market do a lot of times, right? A lot of times, if you're not trading futures, a lot of times you miss a whole lot of moves because they do a lot of stuff during the London. They'll do a lot of stuff during the London, and then New York will just be like blah. When you can trade options it be like blah or it's choppy. You see what I'm saying? It's like blah or it's choppy. So like during these times, like how junky the price action is, how everybody be like, don't mess around during August. You see how junky the price action be? You know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy. So just be careful, man. Be careful. Be careful. Cause we done had a big move down overnight already. Yes. That was it. We done had a big move down. Now, cause peek this here now. If the algos want to stay in this area, right? They can very well just come back up and take care of all this gap work right here for today. You know what I'm saying? They can come down, run this liquidity, come back up, take care of all this gap work, and then start pushing back down. There you go. 42.92 is equilibrium. Look at 100. I'm a rookie though. I'm not sure. You ain't no rookie 100. We all rookies. If that's the case, we all rookies. You feel me? I didn't put the link in the chat. Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. I had the link paste. I had it paste in there and I never hit enter. The link is in the chat. I'm sorry. For anybody who want to pull up and ask something, anybody that want to pull up and share anything, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. But I'm gonna come on full screen to say this right here. Look, if you're not trading futures, right? If you only trading options, be very careful during these times, right? The run up has been going a long time. Can it keep going? Yes. Like they say, what's up, Towns? What's up, Towns? You already know the rules. You got to put something in the private chat. So it's me. Okay, you own it. I see you. You own it. What's happening?
What's good, my guy? How you doing this morning?
Cheap cell phone, family. Try it one more time. Hey, the market open. The market open for anybody. If you need to go trade, I appreciate you for hanging out with the guy today. Be safe, trade what you see. Remember, support our sponsors, the new TLR.com and Banjo, new music streamed by Il Jodem on all streaming platforms. Appreciate you. What's up, Towns?
What's up, my guy? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm chilling. What's up with you?
Cool. All right, man. I got a question, man. I'm pretty much gonna be coming on for a while until I figure these features out. All right, so I'm looking at the QQQ this morning, and with that gap down, I marked that as a fair value gap. And that was from the close basically at 16:45.
What time frame you on?
I'm on the 15 minute.
15 minute. Okay.
So the 18:45, which it closed at 3:32.31, and then of course that gap down when it first opened at 3. I got that marked as a fair market gap, fair value gap. My question is
that's just a gap down. That's a clean gap down. Because it's like the gap down in the fair value gap. The gap down is like a 2 candle pattern, or gap up is a 2 candle pattern. Then the fair value gap is a 3 candle pattern. So that's just a clean gap down.
So I wouldn't count that.
Oh yeah, you count that. That's more of a draw on price than a fair value gap because people totally got skipped. You see what I'm saying? So the algos definitely want to get back to that at some point in time. You feel me?
Okay, so let me ask you this. This is my question. When do we ever consider the gap to have been covered? Or does it always stay on the chart?
When we get the wax on, wax off. When we when the price, okay. Let me find one. Okay, right. Like this fair value gap right here. Like, boom. Take this fair value gap. Come on. Right there that I'm marking out. Mm-hmm. Mark this fair value gap out right here, right? So we made that gap going up, right? Mm-hmm. And then we didn't touch it there. Then we came back down. Then we traded down through it. We went all the way through the gap, and then we came all the way back through it. So some people call that the retrace. I mean, the gap fill retrace. ICT call it repricing, then rebalance. I be saying wax on, wax off. But when we trade all the way through the gap and back through it again, that's when the gap to me is full. It can come off. The gap has done its job. You see what I'm saying? Like I mean, the gap has been balanced. It's been balanced because we skipped people in here with the momentum. Then we came back and we took care of them. See, we came in, went up, went down, went back up, came down again. Then once everybody got soaked up, it's like we took off from the gap and we gone. So the gap full because we traded down through it and back up through it. And it was a lot going on in there because we stayed in there on this 15 minute. We stayed in there we touched it with 1, 2, 3, 4 different candles. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So that's where you can take that gap off. That gap will come off. Boom, it's gone now.
All right. So if you go on the 15-minute on QQQ at this morning at the 7 o'clock.
I'm on the 15-minute.
Okay, at 7 o'clock, you see that long wick that happened this morning?
You said 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Talk about this right here?
Morning. Is that 7? No, I got a. Oh, it might be 8 o'clock your time because I'm on Central.
Oh, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, you said a long wick. You got a long wick on your 8 o'clock?
I got a long wick on the 8:30 front on the bottom.
Okay.
And you said on the
yeah, on the 15th, it would be 8 o'clock your time. There was like this real long wick, and then it just went and it dropped back down.
It might be like a glitch. Sometimes they be having like these little weird glitchy looking wicks. They be like super, super long.
Exactly.
And some people call them like dark pool wicks that show up. But like I know sometimes I'll be like on my trading view, not my trading view, my TOS, my Thinkorswim. Like sometimes I open it and like it'll be a long wick. It'd be so big, it'd be so long, it make my chart look like this, and it'll be a real long wick. But I don't see a long wick on mine. Like on, and you say on the 15-minute?
Yeah, maybe it's just a glitch on mine then. Okay. So just so I have it. So basically when I'm looking at this fair value gap, or this is just considered a gap, right? It's not considered a fair value gap.
Yeah, that's just a gap down, yeah.
All right, so with this gap, let's just say today, if it shoots up, it covers it, and let's just say go to 332, and then it comes back down, I can delete that one and consider that it's been covered.
Yes. It's like you cut that'll give you the gap fill and the retrace or the wax on, wax off. Now, you know what I'm saying? It don't like it may do it in one day, it may take it a couple days to do it, but this is 15 minutes. So you know what I'm saying, it'll probably get knocked out in one day if it decides to go do it today. You see what I'm saying? But I leave the gaps on there until we get the gap fill retrace.
Okay. I got you. That makes sense.
And the way ICT put it, he like, okay, when it go through the gap, it's not rebalanced, it's just repriced, right? And he like once price goes, because he say it's offering sell side, offering buy side, right? So when you're going up through it, you offering buy side, and when you go down through it, you offering sell side, and then that's when he like, okay, now that gap is rebalanced. And like Jay the Trader, he called it like a gap fill and a retracement. Like when you fill the gap, then you retrace the gap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just depends on the person and the terminology they use, but everybody's saying the same thing. You want to trade through the gap both directions before you consider it complete.
Okay. Cool. Got it, man. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man.
Now, man.
I appreciate you pulling up. Hey, man, Towns be hooking y'all up with the free one-on-ones. I know y'all got these same questions, and Towns the only one with the courage to pull up and ask them on Al Gore's internet. I appreciate you, my guy. You helping so many people, and you just don't know it. They said you got cousins that sit back in the cut, and they you know, so they be like, hey, I'm in the back of the class. I don't like coming to the front. I be getting so many DMs. People be like, I be wanting to ask this, but I don't want to come up on stage. And I be like, it's cool. Just shoot me a DM. But you be helping so many people. Trust me, because there's people that want to pull up and ask, but they just too shy, or they at work listening. We ain't gonna call you out. Run the green. They be at work listening. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for real, man.
Hey, let me ask you this one last thing before I let you go.
Go ahead.
Before you let me go. Contracts wise, you said something yesterday that you only trade the current month. Why not do like a December, or you know, I'm and like I said, I'm still learning features right now. So I'm just curious why you just stick with the 1 month versus kind of going out further.
With the futures,
Right.
I stick with the current month because that's where the most liquidity is. That's where most of the people are trade like all like I just say 90% of the investor and trading community, from the big dogs to the little guppies and the puppies, are trading in the current month. You will see if you go look at the let's look at it now. Um See, I told you, man, Towns be pulling up with the questions, man. He be pulling up with the questions. Let's go to bar chart. You should be able to see it on
Okay.
barchart.com. Let's go to bar chart, and we're gonna go to the get out of here ad. Let's go. We're gonna go to the ES. We're gonna go to the ES for now. This the current contract. You is the current contract, right? And let's see if we can see it on. Okay, right here. Here we go. Right. See the volume right here, the current track. So you got September, that's the current contract. You got December, you got March of next year, June of next year, September next year, December next year. You see, ain't no volume going on in December or September next year. So one contract change plate did something in June of next year,
Uh,
and then March of next year, 27 contracts, and then December this year. Now it's some of the big boys starting to slowly move over to December because you got 1,000 contracts that changed hands. You know what I'm saying, on the volume. And then I'm not sure if they got this broke down with current or all time, because on some pieces of it you can change it to like full day. Let me see. Let me go to view all prices. Intraday. Okay, so full day. Let's go end of day. All right, boom. So end of day. This was at the end of day price, like end of day yesterday, right? So you see where the
mhm.
bulk of the volume. The other one is, see, you see got some people messing around in 2024. You got a 1,000 contracts that's still open in 2024 December, but you see what all the volume is, and then you see over here you got some big boys that's already starting to slowly move out to December. But we got 2 million contracts still open in September. In December, you got 47,000 that's still open. They slowly starting to move over there. You know what I'm saying? And then March, it's only 6,000 open. In June, it's only 1,200. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But like as we get closer to September, more and more people gonna start going into the December. And when we get to Quad Witch, when it's time for the September contracts to like go away, it's probably gonna switch over like the middle of September sometime when we get close to Quad Witch. Then
Uh-huh.
all the volume gonna start showing up in December. You know, when your program be like, okay, it's time to roll your contract. When it's time to
Yeah.
roll your contract, that's when all the volume gonna be going over to December, and they're gonna slowly start closing out everything in this September contract.
Okay.
But that's why I say you should only be trading the current contract, because that's what all the volume is, and most retail traders not swinging futures contracts that far out. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Okay. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. Well, I sure appreciate that, man. Thank
I
you.
appreciate you, man. Look at Towns pulling up with the hard hitting questions, man. With the hard hitting questions. Hey, anybody got anything else? Oh, one cancel. Oh, order cancels order. That's what you talk about. Order cancels order. What was the question? Go back. What was the question? You talk about order cancel order when you be putting in the what was that question, baby, that the Russells had asked? Tim, you ever consider order cancel order for opportunities such as overnight entry on fair value gaps? I've considered, but what's your viewpoint on the on order cancels orders? But you got to, you would have to get into it. It would be more of a, if you're not in it yet, it would be like a order sent, or it'd be like an OSO thing that you set up where you got the order send order, where when it hits your point and it gets you in the order, but you send two orders to get you out. like on the downside and the upside, like a stop loss and a stop loss and your exit. It sends it, but so it'd be like a order send order if you're not in yet. But if you already in, then you can do a order cancel order where you put in an order where if it hit this point, cancel this order over here. You see what I'm saying? But it just depends on if you in or not. Like, I don't typically do order cancel orders. I typically do order send orders because it's like I'm not in the trade yet. You know what I'm saying? And once I get in the trade, it sends it. So my exit and my entry and exit is there already. So it just depends on your trading style. If you're going to get in the trade and then send an order cancel order after you get in the trade, or if you're going to do an order sends order before you get in the trade and do it. It's just up to your trading style. But I use order send orders off of my fair value gaps. You see what I'm saying? Off my fair, and if you want to do it overnight, that's just, you know what I'm saying, that's up to you. Because that's how I set my entries. Like if you see an entry that's setting up, it's set up on a fair value gap, and you be like, okay, when we come back to this fair value gap overnight, I want to get into this trade. This my risk. This my target. Then in that case, you will send. Well, my platform called it an OSO. It's an order sends order. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not in the order yet. So this order is going to send these two orders right here. And then once you're in the order, my platform called that an order cancel order where I'm in it already. And I want to send the order out that once it hit this point, I want it's going to cancel that order over there. That's how my platform set it up. I don't know everybody's platform, but I don't see nothing wrong with it. Shoot it, because that's what I do. I'm just sitting here watching it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here watching it. When it get to this fair value gap, I got my order set. That's how I missed my last trade, because I had it set for when it got to the bottom of the fair value gap, get me in, order, send my exit, send my target. But it never came down to the fair value gap. So, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Long as you comfortable with putting on an order and not sitting there and watching it overnight. You just going to sleep and trusting the process. What else we got? Should set up an afternoon session. Nothing should happen this morning. Yeah, probably so. Let's see what it's doing right now. I hate missing the morning, but I will stay patient and observant. But let's not miss out next week. I can't spend paper. Rhonda Green. Rhonda Green. Okay. We pushed up to that fair value gap and coming back down. Are we just gonna dilly-dally? We pushed up to the fair value gap, got close to the breaker. Are we just gonna dilly-dally? Here we go right here. We got the low and the breaker. Where I was saying this in my mind should be the area of resistance. You know what I'm saying? But I can't trust nothing with all this slop up here. And y'all already know how I do. I like buying in the discount of the move. The discount of the move, shout out 100. He already told us 42.92 was the discount of the move. From here to there, that's equilibrium. I like buying in the discount of the move. You see what I'm saying? Buying, selling, whatever you want to call it. And this right here is acting like it's going to be the area of resistance, because we done hit it and we done wick down pretty good on this hourly candle right here. Hey, it is what it is. This is when discipline hurts, people. I'm in a lot of pain this week. I'm in a whole lot of pain. This is when discipline hurts. But it's better to be disciplined and not lose money than to be undisciplined and get bust in the head. Hey, it's 9:47. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Anything else in the chat, baby, that I didn't hit? What's the difference between volume and open interest? Oh, very good question. Very good question. The difference between volume and open interest, volume is how many shares or contracts like were exchanged during that period. Open interest is how many shares or how many contracts or shares are still on open orders. Like the order didn't close. The volume tells you everything that happened today, stuff that opened and closed and stuff that's still open for that period. And the open entry is what's still left on open orders. That's what the difference between volume and open entries. So when you look at that on an options chain or a futures chain, it's showing you how many contracts are still open on open entries, and the volume shows you how many contracts, like how many transactions happened during that period. Very good question. Was that it, baby? I think that's it. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. You missed a lot, oh Rich. The cousin Towns pulled up with some phenomenal questions. The cousin Erica pulled up with a phenomenal question. Yeah, we hadn't got that. I went thinking about that. It, like, when I saw the OCO, I wasn't even thinking about the type of orders, but I once somebody said it, it clicked in my head. It clicked in my head. Yeah. So yeah, looking at that, what you said, like the 1 a.m. would have hit your order. So like I was saying, if you know your fair value gap that you was watching and you wanted to just fire on that fair value gap, that's the same thing I do right now. I set my order. You know what I'm saying? I set my order, and I've never set a OCO or OSO order in futures, but that's the same thing I do on the options. I set my order at the fair value gap where I want to get picked up, and once I get picked up, the computer sends my exit. It enters me and sends my exit on the stop loss in the target. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's how I trade while I'm watching it. So if you feel like, hey, I want to catch this move overnight, but I don't want to stay up, you know what I'm saying? Boom, go with it. Because once you get in the trade, you got to trust the process anyway. So I don't see nothing wrong with, setting your order and going to sleep. I appreciate y'all for hanging out, man. I'm about to go hang out with my sweetie for a little bit. The market ain't gonna give me what I want right now. I can already see that. I'm gonna hang out with my sweet. I might sit back here for about 30 more minutes. Then I'm gonna hang out with my sweetie for a little bit. It's 9:50. I might stay back here to 10:30. I get off at 11 o'clock anyway, so I might clock out early and go hang out with my wife. Go do like a breakfast date or something like that. Oh, we kind of sweaty. We went running, so we might not want. She don't be wanting. I don't care about going out stink. She don't be wanting to go out stink. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the overnight price action. Hopefully this just don't be a week of me sitting on my hands, but if it is, hey man, I cashed out of my positions last week. Took my profit. I'm looking the way it's trading now. I'm glad I went on here. It's proving me right now. You know what I'm saying? For taking my profit. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with just having to sit on my hands, because at the end of the day, I'm not a day trader anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to sit on my hands and wait for my my new entry. I couldn't get my entry to the short side yesterday. So I'm just looking at it as, hey, it wasn't meant for me to try to short this right now. I'm just gonna sit on my hands and wait for my entry. I'm waiting on my setup. Patience hurts sometimes. Patience hurts some. I appreciate you, Kevo. Patience hurts sometimes, but being patient is what we need. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. Appreciate y'all, man. Gone.